Howdy. We're at Virgil's shop slash convenience store slash storage. Yep, we're still working on the car. The trans is almost ready to come out. I just need to get the drive shaft off of it, pull the trans mounts, and it's pretty much ready to drop. Minus one bolt that I'll need some help from Gerlach with, but then we'll get that dropped out. I think the throwout bearing was failing, and that was what was causing the noise. So we will get that swapped out. We'll go ahead and swap out the whole clutch. Thankfully, McLeod came in and is now a sponsor for us. So we had a backup clutch. We're gonna go ahead and throw that in, and then we'll do the break-in on the way down to Bradenton to go to Freedom Factory. But right now we're out in the boonies out here in Alabama. Get that dropped in, and then hopefully get the clutch broken enough that will be good for Freedom Factory. Yeah, this is turned into a really interesting ordeal. So. The trans is out of the car. I'll give you guys kind of a rough idea what's going on. Drive shaft, trans oil. There's the light. There's the trans. There's the old clutch kit. It is no bueno. Luckily, McLeod had my back on the trip. Actually, when we were in Arizona, on our way back, this came up. And those guys over there, so gracious, they got me everything. Tonight, even though it was just a failed bearing, we were going to go ahead and replace the whole thing just because we've already got it. We're already here, and we have this nice little thing right there. We will shove everything back in there just like we're supposed to, get the car back on the road. I've been curious to feel what a different clutch has been like, because that ACT one I've had in the car for the past 6 years or so, and that's the only really other name brand that I've been running. So I'm super excited to try out this new McLeod and feel what a real clutch feels like, especially one that's meant to be abused. We will get this bad boy on the car, see how it feels. Everyone at McLeod, thank you very much. You have literally saved this truck. Like you saw, the trans was out. We have the new pilot bearing on the trans, as well as nice new McLeod Tuner Series Supreme Street clutch. So we're gonna give this a shot. Hopefully I can break it in before we get to Bradenton. They said they want around 1,200 clutch actuations with roughly 500 miles city driving. So that equates to pretty much the same thing. Just need to get the old trans back on there, and then we will be ready to go. Yep. alrighty, we're out at the Freedom Factory. We showed up a little late, kind of overslept. We also haven't slept in a bed in probably like a week. We've pretty much been sleeping in pretty much only the car. We finally got a hotel last night because we've been saving a decent amount of money by not sleeping anywhere. Right now I'm pulling the top off because we went to pop the trunk to put the luggage in it. The lock cylinder is not contacting anything. In case of a fire, I would like to be able to open the trunk so we can put the fire out. We have less issues. I mean, I don't want to plan for fire, but also don't want to burn to death. So we got the firewall out. I managed to get my arm underneath to the panel and open up the trunk. She popped it open, held it open. So now we got the latch back onto the lock cylinder. So now the trunk opens like it's supposed to. I'm pulling all the tape that I destroyed all the way. We can tape it back down and hopefully get some laps. We literally just did like a lap and I went to clutch kick in second. Basically the trans just tried to blow up. A bunch of chatter, noise. So I tried to limp it over to our pit and it just got worse. Basically it was like wanting to seize up. Decided to call it quits and see if we could find someone with the transmission. Posted on Facebook. Literally like maybe 5 minutes later, a guy hit me up and now we have a transmission. I need to find a way to go get it. So I'm gonna ask around and see if anyone who has a truck will run me over to Tampa real quick, go get the transmission, come back, swap it in, and hopefully be good to go. here to change the trans. Found out the diff is pretty much destroyed, all but like in pieces. So I'm kind of gonna show you. So if I spin this like semi-normal, much play or anything, there's that wheel on the wheels. This is the issue. So if I load it up, if you look at the bearing, like where it actually goes in, there's play up and down. That shouldn't do that. So obviously it's not just the trans issues, it's the diff issues. So my motor has successfully destroyed a trans and a diff. So there's no rotary problems when it comes to the motor. So we're going to shove the exhaust back underneath it, get it kind of set in place, get the trailer loaded back up properly, grab all our shit. Actually I have a buddy that lives down here, not far from the track. Hopefully he's going to come get us. We can stay at his place. Then I'm going to see what I can do about getting this thing trailered, because that's pretty much the only option we have right now other than getting a diff. But then who knows what other issues we might run into along the way. It's kind of it's a good stopping point. So Driftweek has been quite the adventure. I'm going to swap the train to the track. I found that the diff was broken.